It was a warm spring day in 2002. Even though I was 2.5 years old, I remember it vividly. I was excited because my parents told me I would be spending the afternoon alone with my grandparents without my twin brother, Doug. As a twin, it was rare to have one-on-one time with my relatives without my brother, and my grandmother wanted to make this visit a special one. My family had a limited variety of food options at home because of Doug's life-threatening food allergies to peanuts, tree nuts, dairy, eggs, and more. We had to be extremely careful about what foods we consumed at home. Even the slightest amount of these allergens in the air could trigger a reaction for him. Of all his allergies, his one to peanuts was so severe that my parents banned peanuts from the house. When my friends would eat their favorite foods of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or granola bars, I could not share in their experience. I had never consumed a peanut. Doug is not alone in his food allergy experience, especially with childhood food allergies. He's one of the estimated 32 million Americans who currently have food allergies. Of American children under age 18, 1 in 13 have food allergies. That's 8% of all children in the U.S. and is approximately 2 children in every school classroom. While I spent the first 2 years of my life thinking I was part of the other 92% of American children, the ones without food allergies, I would be proved wrong on that spring day. My grandmother planned to give me some new treats, and the very first thing she gave me to try were some Planters roasted peanuts. I didn't think they tasted particularly great, but I figured they must be delicious because all the other kids I knew loved them, so I kept eating them. However, a couple of minutes after I finished eating, I had an anaphylactic reaction. Even though I ended up being okay, my face immediately swelled up and turned red, and I started to have trouble breathing. According to the Food Allergy Research and Education Organization, food allergies are a medical condition in which exposure to a food triggers a harmful immune response. Symptoms can range from mild, such as an itchy mouth and a few hives, to anaphylaxis, which is a sudden life-threatening reaction that can result in throat tightening and difficulty breathing. In the United States, allergic reactions send someone to the emergency room every 3 minutes. Fortunately, I recovered without an emergency room visit, but over 200,000 people in the United States require emergency care for food reactions each year. A week later, I went to the doctor, and after a series of allergy tests, my peanut allergy was confirmed. The development of my allergy coincided with a dramatic increase in the prevalence of nut allergies in the United States. Between 1997 and 2011, the number of allergies in children more than tripled. While I was glad that I was not the only kid with a peanut allergy, I've always wondered what makes some children more likely than others to develop allergies. The public health recommendations to dealing with food allergies seem to have played a role in the incidence of nut allergies in various countries. In 1997, the CDC issued guidance for parents to delay the introduction of top food allergens to children deemed at risk. Ironically, rather than preventing allergic reactions, this guidance had the opposite effect, and the number of children's food allergies rose dramatically. My parents were advised by my pediatrician that I should follow the CDC's guidance. However, a 2015 study contradicted the CDC's earlier recommendation. Researchers noticed that children living in Israel, where it is common to begin consuming peanuts at a young age, had a much lower incidence of allergies than in other countries. The Learning Early About Peanut Allergy study found that children introduced to peanuts several times a week between the ages of 4 and 10 months were significantly less likely to be allergic. Specifically, for babies at high risk for a peanut allergy, eating peanut foods early and regularly reduced the risk of peanut allergy by more than 80% compared to peanut avoidance. While other factors may have been at play, public health experts in the U.S. now think that the CDC's earlier guidance contributed to a spike in nut allergies. Since 2015, organizations such as the American Academy of Pediatrics and the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases have reversed their earlier recommendations. They now endorse early peanut introduction to infants. Time will tell if these newly created recommendations will reduce the incidence of nut allergies in the U.S. Had these recommendations existed earlier and my family introduced me to peanuts at a young age, I may never have developed an allergy, but I guess we will never know. In the meantime, awareness has permeated our culture, and it has made it a lot easier for people like me to navigate life with food allergies.